Well, hello, my fellow Americans. Thank you for joining me for one more day of peace and freedom here in the United States of America. My fellow Americans, it's all becoming too common that tigers are in our social realm of life. Whether friend or family, they are having a joyous time tearing apart our life. What is most upsetting to them is the fact that you are following the call to move in your own loneliness without their permission. You are leaving behind the desperations of their control, which would lead you into the wasteland of life. Not until we become the authority in our own life, my friends, do we become wise to the realization that what other people think is their problem. The jewels and values of life, the golden seeds of life, if you will, cannot become your own until you stop living your life the way others want you to live it. This is the missing link in our day and age and time. What other people think is their problem. Americans are living inauthentic lives. They are living according to the dictates of others. Our Lord said in Matthew 7, "Do not cast your pearls before swine, or they will trample them under their feet and turn and tear you." The Lord was saying, your sacred space, your own personal awareness. Do not let others know what you are seeking, or they will torture you. There was a mother and father who decided to move from the residence without letting any family member know. Once they moved, they let the family know about their new residence. The mother and father decided to do this because the family members were always negative and always tried to find fault with them, always interfering in their decisions and life, always tried to obstruct their path. Well, the family members were upset and livid once they found out that their mother and father had moved. The mother and father had extreme peace moving and the joy of sticking it to them. The mother and father were in control, not the family. If they would have given them the information of moving, they would have renounced their jewel of joy. They would not have had the peace of moving as their own personal experience. The family would have torn apart their adventure and the bliss of moving into a new home. The point being in our time that everyone has great plans for you. Nobody wants you to do what you want to do. The mamas and papas sang a song called "Go Where You Want to Go." This is the missing element in our time. There are all sorts of social doctrines in the country, limiting and holding hostage the will within people to renounce the old ways and find a new threshold that will compose and fulfill their lives. So many today are still trying to figure out what is the main obstruction in their life. They find themselves blocked, unable to go beyond their obstructed path. The whisper is they are following the wrong force in their life. What is missing is the inner life, the meditation to look within, the following one's own intuition, as the mother and father above, sealing yourself off from everything and everyone else and finding what moves you, what interests you, what gives you joy and bliss, not seeking the approval of anyone else. The Indian sage Black Elk said, "Any man who is attached to the senses and things of this world is one who lives in ignorance and is being consumed by the snakes of his own passion." George Orwell, H.G. Wells followed their intuition and imaginations and wrote fascinating stories. They looked beyond. Orwell's book 1984 is absolutely prophetic and astounding. This capability is available to all. Once we follow our own bliss, when we walk in our own path, listen to our own intuition and imagination, adventure, creativity, a new outlook on life appears. It becomes our own. The key is to have the courage to do this. Have the courage to follow your own path. We read about this in ancient myth. You enter the forest at the darkest point where no one else has tread a path or walked before. You enter in not knowing what you are going to experience because it is a path no one has walked before. But it will be your own path, your own experience, which no one can take from you. It is an adventure no one else can experience. You walk that path knowing what you have experienced, and it sticks with you your whole life. It is your art of living, which no one else can claim. This is the missing link in our time. This is the beauty of life, which still needs to be claimed. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.